Hi, today I would like to tell you some more about the game called Grochów 18, no, sorry, not 19, 1831. The game is published by, in this case, is TS, which stands for Tactics and Strategy, in Polish, Taktyka i Strategia. It also contains the Battle of Grochów, again, 1809. And some more battles here. So let's take a closer look what's inside the box. But the cover looks good, really. Yeah. Okay. So let's move it aside. Once again, the cover box and the games. The game comes with 2d6. Would you like to see them? I'll show you. All right. Can you see those? I mean, size of those dice is just incomparable. I mean, playing with those and rolling is like, I don't know. I have no idea why that they put two dice of different size, and then this is like a significant difference, and I have no idea why is it like that. But okay, now maybe I'll have a chance to ask the publisher. Oh, by the way, before we start, let me give you a brief introduction to what this game is all about. 1839, Grochów. On the 25th of January 1839, Polish Parliament had dethroned Tsar Nicholas I, blah, 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 blah. You can pause the video and read it yourself if you like, okay? Alright, so let's move on to the rulebook. This is the same cover, and on the other side you have some games published by Taktyka and Strategia. Budapest 1945, but this is not yet published. The same with Poland 1920. I'm looking forward to seeing some of those games in the future, especially this one. It might be good. And here, this one is also published in 2017 because Grochów 1831 is a game of this year actually. Why do I mention about it? Because from 2017 they decided to, let's say, upgrade some of the components. It's not like a significant change, but I think they go to the right direction, and we'll see if it works. And as you can see, there are battles of like different eras. You can see the Polish-Swedish warfare of 1605, 1601. You can see the Bannockburn. You can see the Grunwald. Yeah, it's a very famous battle in Polish history, very significant. But you can also see Stalingrad, 1942 to 43, and Poland, 1939. So that's good to have a variety of battles. Now, before I get a little bit deeper into the game, I would like to mention that this publisher is actually known in Poland as a publisher who develops a fairly complex games. And as you can see, they're all not like a battle system. Well, of course, they are put in the battle system, but usually, as you can see, they depict certain battles, certain events that happened in the history of Poland or Europe or world. And basically, you are given like one huge map with tons of characters that you are about to play this for like a day or two. For some gamers, or maybe it's not the modern gaming anymore that you play for so long, in one game. But well, still, it is what it is, and with this, they probably do not gonna change that because. But I think it has its positive side. When you really want to be involved in some events from the past, maybe this is the publisher for you. There's been some discussions about the accuracy from the historical point of view, but I do like reading about history, but I'm afraid my brain cannot remember all the facts, details, names, and so on. So I'm looking more from, let's say, the gaming perspective. If the gaming perspective is okay, and I'm fine with it, and I'm not going to learn any history from all those games. I would rather be interested in some events and some battles, and then I can reach for some literature. I can ask people what they can recommend to me. So this is just, if war might be fun, well, yes, this is the way to actually have fun with some friends, and just play some games and relax and enjoy the company and the design itself. So, enough about that. Let's take a look what's inside this book. And unfortunately, the rulebook is not in color, although it's not that bad actually. You have the explanation of the counters, you have the phases and so on, and then you have all the rules that are needed. Zones of control, facing of units, some firefights, something like that. There's a whole chapter for fighting, something for cavalry. Some more pictures. There's a picture here, and some more. Something about leaders. And fortunately, the counters come in color, so not a big problem. Just like a rally or reorganization, something like that. The squares, and the rulebook ends up here. With actually the chapter about squares. So it's around 8 pages because all the others are charts, terrain charts, combat modifiers, combat table of losses. If you fight, you need to lose some strength, people, and so on. And then you have the charts for artillery, and some more here. So you need to refer to those quite often. Okay, and then you have scenarios. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ta-da! So let's stop at this point. I mean, this is one of the smaller scenarios. How do I know that? Well, if you take a look, there are not that many units there, and then you have some notes of how to play the scenario, some extra rules. So as you can see, there are not that many of them. And here, what you can see, right, is you can see all the Polish units, all the Russians, but then you also see the strength of those units. And when they take losses, you need to mark this in these tables. And this is not really that convenient, but well, if you want to play those games, you need to get used to that, because it's not all that you can see on the counters. Just so by looking at the board, you cannot determine which unit has what kind of a strength. So you need to take a look at those charts. As you can see, there are only 2 for Polish army. It's just like significantly smaller than for the Russians. But then again, if you have, like I mentioned, the huge battles, it sometimes can look like so. You see, those are Poles up, and on the bottom you have Russians. So keeping track of those is like, oh god, it's more about the counting, some people say, than the actual gameplay. But yeah, now you know why the game can last for like 1 or 2 days before you end up maybe recreating the history if you want. So this is the rulebook again, tiny little die. And let's go to the maps. Oh yeah, we have some bunch of those. Now, like I mentioned, huge battle calls for a huge map. Can you see that? Look at some of the details. But you know what the funny thing is? That's just 1/2 of the map. Oh, there's another one. Yeah. Let's take a closer look at the graphics. They're kind of okay. The forests. Alright. Yeah. Alright, here's the other part. Right. Oh gosh. All right. That's a huge one. But if you want to have a huge battle, well, you cannot have a tiny little map. But maybe this is also the change, because you are also given some smaller maps. And take a look at this one in comparison. It's a tiny little map, 7 turns, cool. And then not probably for sure, the number of units is significantly smaller or lower. So you can play like a small battle, not to be involved in like 1 or 2 days of firefights and combats and so on. Yeah, I think this is the step into the right direction. And here's another smaller map. Also looks cool. The forest area here in the south. Here's the river. And the combat is to be located around this place here. No? It's really cool. And the last one is like a middle-sized map. I'll just show you in a nutshell. Oh, sorry. Those are actually parts of Warsaw. I should say Warszawa, because this is how it's pronounced in my language. Yes, we have Grochów Mały, we have Grochów, and we have Wygoda. Okay, so those are maps. Yeah. And last but not least, of course, the counters. Yeah, will actually change in 2017. It's like the thickness of counters. Yeah. Unfortunately, I do not have right now any of the previous games from this publisher to present you the differences in the thickness of the counters. But believe me, there were slightly thinner, so I believe the durability of those will be at least a little greater. Oh my god! Oh. Okay, so if we have this counter here, I'll just show you. And the other side, they're kind of oh, you cannot bend them easily. Oh, all right, seems cool. All right, you have the leaders, squares, some more leaders. Yeah, and some more counters. Okay. Go away. All right. Yeah. So there are more or less almost 300 counters in this game. Yeah. So 6 scenarios, plenty of counters, nice maps, a fairly short rulebook, hopefully without any loops and gaps in it. Maybe I will make a video of it as well. But for now, that's all. So goodbye to you. The little die says goodbye. Grochów 1831, Grochów 1809, and some more battles from the publisher Taktyka and Strategia. Take care and enjoy wargaming. Bye bye.